Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about cellular neuroscience. And as the name implies, we're going to start with the cells of the nervous system. The nervous system is composed of neurons and glial cells. Let's go through these one at a time. Neurons are typically divided into three categories: sensory neurons, interneurons, and motor neurons. Sensory neurons help collect information about our internal and external environments. They send information from our sensory organs to our central nervous system, which consists of our brain and spinal cord. Then, the interneurons of our central nervous system analyzes information and form a response to it. That response is sent to our muscles and glands through motor neurons. Let's say you're looking for a pencil in your backpack. Information about what you're touching goes from your hand to your brain through sensory neurons. Then, interneurons say, this object is too round to be a pencil. Keep searching. Finally, your motor neurons carry this command to your muscles. Although we have different types of neurons, they typically follow this general structure. The branched out extensions here are known as dendrites. They receive signals from other cells. The signal then passes to the cell body or soma. The cell body is the largest portion of the neuron and contains the cell's nucleus. From here, the signal travels down the axon until it reaches these grape-like structures called axon terminals. Most neurons also have a protective layer surrounding the axon. This layer is known as the myelin sheath, and the gaps within it are called the nodes of Ranvier. This way, signals can jump from node to node instead of simply traveling straight through the axon. This serves to speed up signal transduction or make the spread of messages through the nervous system more efficient. But how do these signals or impulses even begin? Impulses begin when a neuron is stimulated by another neuron or by the environment. Stimuli, however, must reach a certain threshold to start an impulse. It's what we call an all or nothing effect. Either a stimulus is strong enough to start an impulse or it is not. For now, let's say you drop a hammer on your toe. This stimulus is certainly strong enough to start an impulse. The impulse makes its way through the dendrites, across the cell body, and down the axon until it reaches the axon terminals. Then what? How does the signal propagate or spread to the next neuron? Well, when an impulse or action potential reaches the axon terminals, it triggers a release of neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that carry or transmit signals from one neuron to the next. They carry the signal across a gap known as a synaptic cleft until the signal reaches the receptors on the dendrites of the next neuron. In this way, neurotransmitters act as airplanes. They carry impulses across the synapse, and then receptors on the dendrites of the next neuron accept them. Now that we've talked about the function and structure of neurons, let's discuss a type of supporting cell known as the glial cell. Unlike neurons, glial cells do not have axons and are thus not excitable, meaning they cannot transmit signals. Glial cells serve to provide neurons with nutrients. They also help to make up the myelin sheath, which both insulates a neuron so that the signal doesn't dissipate and allows for increased conduction velocity of neuronal signals. Now let's review. Which of the following labeling schemes concerning the diagram is correct? A are the dendrites and C is the soma. B is the soma and H are the nodes of Ranvier. E is the myelin sheath and G represents the nodes of Ranvier. Or D is the axon and F represents the axon terminals. If you said C, you'd be correct. Let's try this one. Which of the following statements concerning glial cells is false? A. Glial cells help form an insulating layer known as the myelin sheath. B. Glial cells help increase the speed at which neuronal signals travel. C. Glial cells are supporting cells that provide neurons with nutrients. Or D, glial cells are excitable in the same way that neurons are. If you said D, you'd be correct. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.